Interment, Saturday, 3rd February 2024, at the Agona Swedru Cemetery. Final funeral rites will be on Saturday, the 3rd of February 2024, at Donko and Sons Events Grounds, near Texaco, Agona Swedru. Thanksgiving service, Sunday, the 4th of February 2024, at the Emmanuel Methodist Church, Agona Swedru. There will be a family gathering on Sunday, the 4th of February 2024, at house number WE534-8, Raba Estate, Agona Swedru. Children, Madam Faustina J., Mrs. Akusia Edubia Ohenebeng, Mr. Emmanuel A.J. Archer, Chief Inspector Frank A.J. Dade, Mrs. Doris Akusia Kwating Boahing, Mrs. Stella A.J. Punaman, Mr. Eric Ebodazi, Mr. Isaac Kwabene J., and Madam Gloria Ama Ansuma A.J. All friends and sympathizers are cordially invited. Sympathizers and well-wishers are invited to the one-week observation of Chief Nanaose Brown, a.k.a. Okoro, on Friday, the 2nd of February 2024, from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Page Event Center, 235 Dr. Buzia High Street, Sakamanakra, on the main Odoko Malam Road. All are cordially invited. End of the announcements.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
I love this.
Super Hits Radio. Joy 99.7.
All right, welcome back. This is AFCON today. If you're listening to us on 99.7 Joy FM, welcome to the show. We're looking back on all of the action from the Africa Cup of Nations round of 16 matches yesterday, where Cape Verde broke Mauritanian hearts in that last-minute gasp winner, or last gasp winner, if you like. Of course, from Mendes, penalty committed by the goalkeeper, and yesterday as well, another penalty committed by Edouard Mendy was what allowed Côte d'Ivoire to get back into the game and then eventually seal it out in a penalty shootout. So we'll look back at yesterday's round of 16 matches and look ahead to today's games as well. But first, yesterday news broke, of course, from the Member of Parliament for North Tongue. He put out a post on social media with an accompanying document where he claimed that, of course, Ghana's AFCON budget was 8.5 million US for the tournament, to have the Ministry of Youth and Sports disclose how much they were budgeting or intending to spend on this tournament. We were never told that. In fact, we were told that the budget was an ongoing process that would be made clear after the tournament. A week after the competition, we've kept asking, how much did you actually spend? Until now, we do not have that information. However, thanks to Honorable Kujata Blakwa, we do know how much they intended to spend. We still don't know how much they actually spent. Now, the budget issue is always a very important issue of conversation because at the sports ministry, there are so many other important expenditure in other areas of the sport that are critical and are not being given the necessary support, for example. And then you also look at comparative figures and you realize that every time you have a budget of a certain amount, and then you compare it to what other countries are budgeting for the same competition, you start to ask yourself, are we playing a different competition, or what exactly are we doing, or how exactly are we spending all this money? And that's the letter. May not necessarily be clear to you, wasn't clear when he posted it, but the figure is there. And Victor Achutamaklu is here with me. Together, we will try and put some perspective on this. Achu, listen, an explainer, first of all, about what exactly is here. Now, before you come in, notice that government, or Ghana, got $7.9 million US from our participation at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. When that money arrived, that money was given to the government. And then the sports ministry, of course. So the money came to GFA directly, then they would transfer that money to the government of Ghana. Or they would inform, in fact, they wrote to the Ministry of Youth and Sports to inform them that they had received $7.9 million US from our participation at the 2022 FIFA World Cup. Then the sports ministry says, no problem, thank you very much. Now, what I would have you do is keep 2.5 million of that money and use it to build a Qatar 2022 legacy project. Because in the past, we've gone to the World Cup and we've taken all the World Cup proceeds and we've not used any of it to build any legacy project to show for our participation at the World Cup. So keep 2.5 million. The remainder of that money, 5.4 million, transfer it to the consolidated fund, which is controlled, of course, by the Ministry of Finance. Okay, and the money arrived in June of last year, June of 2023. Okay, and that money, of course, was further transferred to the Ministry of Finance, 5.4 million. Now, 6 months later, we went back to the Finance Ministry and asked them for $8.5 million US to go and use it to play an AFCON. That is some 600,000 more than what we got from the FIFA World Cup only 6 months prior. Okay, and we said that we had budgeted some 8 million, and this letter that you see was requesting for the release of 5 million. So we have budgeted 8.5 million, but this letter you see, signed by the Chief Director of the Ministry of Youth and Sports, Mr. William Carty, he requested to the Ministry of Finance for the release of $5 million. Now remember that they had transferred 5.4 million to them from the World Cup money into the consolidated fund. Then 6 months later, they've gone to us for 8.5 million in total, but they had requested for the release of 5 million immediately. And then for the rest of the competition, maybe they will see how far and how much more they will come back to request for. So then again, we are back to the issues of judicious use of resources, especially when it comes to the national team. Because currently, we are facing a big race against time to finish facilities for the Africa Games. I was there over the weekend, and facilities that would be used in March. And March, I beg your pardon, it's only 30, what? It's only about what? How many days away? Exactly 30 days away. Today's the 30th. Yeah. Okay, so March is 30 days away. The games are starting
over 30 days.
On March 8th, so 38 days away. No single facility has been completed and handed over yet. The athletes that we are preparing for the games say they need $50,000 for preparation. The ministry has told them they don't have $50,000. But they have this amount of money to go and waste on that embarrassing exit or campaign or fiasco at the AFCON, where we took over 2,000 fans and paid each of them $400 US as
honorarium.
I mean, seriously.
So when fan says we are wasting money on the AFCON, do not misconstrue his words. He's not saying that investing in the Black Stars is wastage, no. If you mention it, if you look at it in terms relative to our needs, in terms relative to the resources that we have, it does not make sense. If you fell from Pluto or Mars, right, and you